In 2020, the PGA Tour honored Morgan Hoffman with their Courage Award. It's presented to someone who has overcome extraordinary adversity, such as a debilitating injury or illness, to make a significant or meaningful contribution to golf. That was 4 years ago. What must they think of him now? Hoffman was recognized for his bravery and perseverance following a diagnosis of FSHD, a form of muscular dystrophy. After learning he had this genetic disorder, which affects the muscles of the face, shoulder blades, and upper arms the most, he attempted to keep playing, making 29 starts over 4 years from 2018 to 2022. But the progression of symptoms that included weakness and loss of muscle mass caused him to miss the entire 2020 season. That's when his peers gave him the award. It could have been viewed as a parting gift, a donation to the Morgan Hoffman Foundation, which he started in 2017, and some sincere appreciation for trying. No one really expected him to be back. It's a slow-progressing condition. 20% of those inflicted with FSHD will eventually require a wheelchair for basic mobility. But Hoffman is now just one step away from getting back to the PGA Tour. Hoffman was the #1 ranked amateur player in the world before turning pro. He was a star at Oklahoma State University, which has produced a lot of them. A U.S. Walker Cup team member with a big smile, long flowing hair, and an exceptional game, success as a pro was easily predictable back in 2011. In his first year on the PGA Tour, he was realizing his destiny. 3 top 10 finishes and 11 cuts made in 20 events earned him a top 125 placing. The next year, he played a full slate, made 20 cuts, and had 2 top 10s, including a third at the BMW Championship with rounds of 62 and 63 on the weekend. That put him in the Tour Championship at East Lake, where he finished 27th. No wins, but more good results continued. Hoffman played in the Masters in 2015, tying for 28th with a 2-under par 70 in the Sunday round. As his professional aspirations were rapidly rising, however, his health was slowly declining. He pursued medical opinions, but batteries of tests reached no conclusion until he got the FSHD-MD diagnosis in 2016. It's a condition that's genetically transmitted from parents to their children. It impacts approximately 4 of every 100,000 people in the world. There's no cure for this disease even after decades and billions of dollars in research and testing. There are also still very few effective treatments, and the symptoms can't be halted or reversed. Progressive muscle deterioration is supposed to continue, though doctors concede it may take up to 30 years for it to become completely disabling. Maybe they hadn't met anyone as determined as Morgan Hoffman. He took his very bitter pill not with resignation, but with hope and confidence. The Morgan Hoffman Foundation was founded to find out what was missing. He states on the main page, "When it became clear that modern medicine had given up, I found myself being drawn more toward natural methods of healing. Where doctors had thrown their hands in the air, the power of nature was welcoming me with outstretched arms. Not only had I found hope, but for the first time, there were answers." Hoffman journeyed to Costa Rica, where he spent time radically altering his lifestyle. A vegan diet, including all fruits for one 6-month period, yoga, meditation, and herbal treatments became his daily rituals. He also has experimented with ayahuasca, a mysterious hallucinogenic remedy practiced by South American indigenous cultures. It's the same thing that New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers has used to recover from injuries. All the effort appears to be making a difference for Morgan Hoffman. He's recovering some of his lost strength and muscle mass, and he's making a professional golf comeback. Hoffman is playing on the Korn Ferry Tour in 2024. He played 18 tournaments, made 8 cuts so far, and has had his second-best finish of the year in his last event in Boise, Idaho, a tie for 24th with a 4-round total of -13. He was in the field for the Simmons Bank Open last week, September 12th to the 15th, in Franklin, Tennessee, and shot an opening round of 5 under, just 1 shot off the lead. Hoffman will need some big results on the top minor league tour to make the jump back into the big show. But if he does, PGA cards are awarded to the top 30 players in the Korn Ferry each year. The PGA Tour might have to make him the first person ever to win the Courage Award twice. He may be on his way back to the PGA Tour with a T3 finish on the Korn Ferry Tour last week at the Simmons Bank Open. Best of luck, Morgan.